My name is Greg, and today we're going to be doing 5 exercises for the upper body. We're going to be using resistance bands, so we'll go through the exercises together. I'll show you what you need to do, and then we'll do a set together. We're aiming for about 10 reps per set, and we'll do a total of 3 sets together. So if that sounds good, go ahead and hit like. We'll get started with the workout. Just gonna make sure you guys can see me before I get started. Looks like it's not up yet. There we go. All right, just making sure. So we're gonna start out with a warm-up, just getting some blood flow into the muscles and joints in your upper body. So we're gonna start with arm circles to the front. You could do jumping jacks or things like that. I just prefer doing arm circles. I feel like it's a little bit easier for me to isolate the shoulders. Really think about my shoulder blades gliding along my rib cage. That's actually the foundation of your whole shoulder is your shoulder blade. So you want to make sure you get blood flow into that area. So it's not so much about swinging your arms around as it is moving your whole shoulder around in socket. And then we're going to roll to the back now. Really thinking about those shoulder blades. They should glide along your rib cage. You might feel like one side is a little bit tighter than the other. That's okay. It's kind of common, especially if you have a lot of mouse work, a lot of things like that use just one arm, where your shoulder is tighter for a long period of the day. So it might feel a little tighter on one side. Just spend special attention to that side. And we're going to crisscross. Again, thinking about the shoulder blades a lot with this. We're gliding them in and out, apart and away from each other. So crisscrossing, thinking really having that shoulder blade movement. Warming up all the muscles around your shoulders we're going to be using today. Just like starting a car, when it's cold, it takes a little bit more time for that car to start up. This is why I like doing this instead of something like jumping jacks. Even though those do warm up the shoulders, I find it's a little easier to focus on what I'm doing, really activate those muscles, and help create that mind-body connection. It all starts from up here, down through your nerves. A lot of working out is actually neurological. Without the nerves activating the right muscles, it's not going to be as effective of a workout. And just one more, we're going to do a push and pull. So you're going to push out to the front and pull back to the back. You can see how my back actually moves a bit as I'm doing this. Just a few more of those. Pushing straight out to the front and pulling to the back, just warming up all the muscles before we get started. And let's go ahead and get to our first exercise. So for this one, you're going to need a lighter band, preferably one with handles, but it's okay if you just have a loop band, that's just fine. And you're going to step right in the middle of the band with one foot. It can be either foot, but you just wanted to make sure that it's even on both sides. So we're going to be working the muscles in the back of the shoulder and back of the shoulder blade. These are rotator cuff muscles as well as some of the scapula muscles or shoulder blade muscles. So what we're going to do is called a W. So from here, you're going to bring your hands up to the sides to form that W shape with your arms. You can see sort of it starts here, up, making that W, and then back down. So in this one, it's like we're scooping ice cream and throwing it behind us. You want your hand to actually go back further or more than your elbow does. It's not pulling from the elbow, it's rotating with that hand. All right? So we're gonna do 10 of these together. So get one foot into the band, get your hands here, lean forward just slightly, and you're gonna pull up to the back into that W position. Point your thumbs to the back. 2. Going for 10 of these. 3. 4. 5. You should feel that in the back of your shoulders. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right, so that was our first exercise. Now we're going to go a little bit heavier, and we're going to do a bicep curl. So this is for the muscle on the front of your arm. Most everyone knows where the bicep is, but it's the muscle that pulls up like this. So for this one, I'm going to be going quite a bit heavier. I'm actually going to be using 2 bands. So the goal with any of these exercises is it should be challenging for you. So if it's you get to 10 and you're not feeling tired, not struggling by the end, you probably want to go heavier on the band, because that's the way that you trigger your muscle's growth, is by challenging it. It has to be a little bit challenging. Has to overload the muscle a little bit at the very least. Obviously, don't go so heavy you get injured, but go heavy enough where it's going to be challenging for you. So again, stepping right in the middle of the band, even on both sides. I'll show you this one from the side. We're going to come back down to a small bend in the elbow, but from here you're going to pull up to the front, bringing the hands up to the front of the shoulders, and then back down to a small bend in the elbow. Going straight up to the front. So again, you should feel this all in your upper arm, in that bicep. Shouldn't be painful. If it's painful, don't do it. Or drop the weight and see if it's not painful. If it still hurts, if anything hurts, stop. Don't do it. So we're going to do this together now. You're going to bring your hands up to the front. We're going for 10 of these. And 1. 2. 3. You should feel it start to be burning in your upper arm. 4. 5. That's how you know it's actually 6. Working on the muscle. 7. 8. 9. And 10. It's important on this one to to be using, man, that's tiring. It's hard to talk and work out at the same time. So it should be all from your elbow. You shouldn't be swinging your back with it. So you want to be all from that elbow, not this. So careful, because you can actually be using your back. You want to stand straight and tall and just only lift from the elbow. All right, so now I'm actually going to drop the band down to a little bit lighter. And we're going to go to the floor. So our next exercise, we just worked the front of the arm in the bicep. Now we're going to work the back of the arm in the tricep. So what you're going to do is you're going to wrap the band around your back and lay down right on top of the band. From here, you're going to grab just below the handles is preferred for me. If you've got a little bit longer arms, you might need to grab at the handles. For me though, actually grabbing the band itself is the right length. It should have a little bit of tension at the bottom. So if it's completely slack, you want to grab a little bit tighter on the band so that you take up that slack. So from here, you're going to bring your hands up to your face and then out straight in front of you. You should feel this in the back of your arm. It's pushing those arms out. You might also need to bring the band a little bit higher if you're not feeling that tension. I'm actually going to bring that a little bit up, so it's right across my shoulders. And from here, actually, just a little more down. Play around with it, see where it fits well for you. So we're going to push out towards the front, doing 10 triceps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax. All right. Let's go ahead and go back up to standing. This is our third exercise. So this is going to be a standing row. So you're going to step right in the middle of the band. And from here, keeping your back straight, you're going to reach down. I'll move just a little bit this way so you guys can see me. Reach and grab the band. You might, if you're really tall, you might grab the handles. But I actually grab onto the band for this one just so it has no slack while I'm down here. And from here, you're going to bring your hands up to your rib cage, keeping your shoulders down and back, so don't let your shoulders hunch up towards your neck. Keep them down and back, pulling up to your rib cage, and then back. We're working these muscles all along the back of the shoulder and into the lats down in here. So again, whoa. Make sure you're all the way on the band. I'm actually gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna do this and increase the band. This one has a lot of muscles involved, so you can go a little heavier on it usually. Just make sure you're stepping all the way onto both bands. And from here, back straight, pulling up to the back. So again, this position, I like to have my dominant foot in front, but whatever feels comfortable. And we're gonna do 10 of these together. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So we're almost done with our first set. We have one more exercise to go. We're gonna go back to the ground. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in chat. Do my best to explain. Now we're going to do a chest press. So still having the band right underneath your back. I went a little heavier on this one because more muscles are involved. You're gonna again grab below the handles so you have no slack in the band. From here, you're gonna bring your elbows and your hands right in a straight line. So your hands are right over the top of your elbows. You're gonna pinch your shoulder blades together and then push up to the front. You should feel this in the back of your arm and in your chest. And then back down. So pushing out to the front and then back down. All right, so get ready. We're gonna do 10 of these, starting now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax. All right, so that was our first set. So take a second, catch your breath. Shake out your shoulders. So we're gonna do 2 more sets. That was our first one. We're gonna repeat the same exercises. Hold on 1 second. All right. So we're gonna repeat the same exercises 2 more times. Just loosening up my shoulders a little bit, moving around. Actually, moving can help the muscle clear fatigue. So if you're tired, don't just stop moving, just do light movement. It can help clear out some of that fatigue. Keep things moving, keep things depending can help sometimes. Obviously, don't go so heavy that you're wearing yourself out by moving around. Just a light movements, just keep things moving. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. All right. So we're going back to the W exercise. This is set number 2. So you're going to need a light band. And I like to do this one with handles. This is working the rotator cuff in the back of the arm, and then some in the back of the shoulder as well. So what we're going to do, I'll show you from the side this time, is we're going to step right in the middle of the band so it's even on both sides. Slightly leaning forward. You're going to lift up to the back, pulling your, you could think of this like hitchhiking, if anyone does that anymore. Probably not a good idea, but the movement is like that. Or, scooping something and throwing it behind you. That also works. However, it helps you to think about it. So we're just going up to the back and then back. All right, so we're gonna do 10 of these together. So leaning forward, stepping right in the middle of the band, creating that W shape, up to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Whew. That was really tiring on my right side for some reason. My right side is tiring out faster than my left today. If you can't quite get to 10 reps, do what you can. You can either do the number of reps you can, so maybe you can only get to 8, that's okay. Or if you need to drop the band, sometimes that is just fine too, where you drop the band one level and then keep on going to try and get the same amount of volume. Might have to drop the intensity, but keep the volume going. Or keep the number of reps. All right. Next up, we're going to go to a bicep curl. It's working the muscle right here in the front of the arm. Remember on this one, don't swing your hips. It's all from the elbow. So you're going to stand straight and tall. I'll show you from the side. Straight and tall, lifting up to the front with your arms and then back down to a slight bend in your arm. So never lock out the elbow, come back to a slight bend. So keeping your back straight, up to the front, and then back. All right? So we're going to do 10 of these together. Should be about even on both sides. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. It is hard to work out and talk at the same time, let me tell you. All right, standing straight and tall, and then up to the front, and that's 1. Can already feel that start to burn actually. 2. It's good, that means we're metabolically stressing the muscle. 3. So that's prompting growth. 4. Again, make sure back nice and straight. 5. You can do this with your back against the wall if that helps. 6. 7. 8. 9. Remember, there should be no pain in any of these. And 10. And relax. All right. So next up, we're going to be doing a tricep exercise. We just worked the front of the arm. Now we're going to work the back of the arm. So for this one, I'm going to drop down the weight. Actually, I'm going to try it with a heavier weight. We'll try that. I think it was a little bit easy for me last time, so. All right. So what we're going to do, grabbing onto the base of the handles, so there's no slack in the band. You're going to straighten out to the front, feeling this in the back of your arms, and then bending the elbow back down to your face. So going straight out in front, and then back down to your face. Okay? Feeling this in the back of the arm. So get in this position, have it right underneath your back, and then we're going to do 10 of these together. 1, 2. Important thing, don't let your elbows flare out. Keep them tucked in so they're right in line with your hands. 3, 4, 5, 6. You can definitely feel this better with the 2 bands. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Going back up to standing. We're going to do a row now. So we're working the muscles in the back of the shoulder and then upper back in through the lats in here. So working the entire back section of your torso. So what you're going to do, I need a second, just catch my breath. That last one took a lot more out of me. All right, feel free to grab some water. Take a moment, catch your breath. Been going for a little while now. Just checking my heart rate. All right, so now we're going to go into a row. I'll show you from the front on this one this time. So you're going to step right in the middle of the band, lean forward. Thumbs are going to be pointed inwards, and you're going to pull up to your rib cage, pulling up to the back, engaging the muscles in the back of your shoulder blades and upper back. So pulling up and then back down. All right? So make sure thumbs stay pointed inwards. They don't twist in, they stay pointed just like this. All right? I'm gonna grab a little bit lower on the band. And from here, pulling up to the back, we're gonna go for 10 together. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just check my own form, 8, 9, and 10, and relax. Oh, yeah, that right side definitely is more tired today. I think I slept on it, so all this is a little bit sore. Whew. All right, we've got one more exercise in set number 2. Gonna be laying on your back, doing a chest press. So, putting the band right behind your back. I think I have a twist in mine, hang on. All right, so laying with your the band right behind your back, elbows and arms in a straight line. So elbows are right underneath where your hands are. I'm gonna go a little bit this way so you guys can see. And from here, you want to push up to the front, going up, straight up, and then back down, feeling this in your chest and in the back of your arms. So it's just like a bench press. So pinching the shoulder blades together, going up, and then back, straight down. All right, so we're gonna do 10 of these together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, adjusting my shirt, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. And that was set number 2. Just take a second, grab some water if you need. We're going to go on to set number 3. It's our last set. If you're still with me so far, go ahead and put a comment down below how what bands you were using for each of these exercises, so that way we can keep track of your progress, and as you grow over the weeks, know where you started from and where you got to. So, you guys, if you would like, go ahead and post that in the comments. It's up to you guys, though. I wouldn't want to force anyone to feel uncomfortable on that. So, but if it's something you're comfortable doing, go ahead and post that in the comments for me. All right, so now we're going to be going into set number 3. We're going back to a W. So we're switching to a lighter band and with handles. So this is our last set. So, working the rotator cuff, stepping right in the middle of the band, one foot in front of the other, leaning gently forward. We're going to do a W. So you're going to pull up to the back into that W shape and then back down. All right? So we're going for 10 of these together, pulling up to the back and then back down. So 1, 2, really twisting so that hand gets behind the shoulder. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Man. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to feel pretty tired. That's typical for set number 3, though. So if I seem a little bit seem a little bit like struggling on what to say, it's just because of fatigue. It's true for all of us. A lot of blood pumping to the muscle and pumping away from the brain. Well, to a point. You always have blood in your brain. All right. So now we're going to do a bicep curl. So from here, you're going to bring your hands to your sides, so they're right in front, right in line with your shoulders. And from here, slight bend in the elbow, you're gonna pull up to the front of the shoulder and then back down to not completely locked, just a small bend in the elbow. We're working the muscle right here in the front of the shoulder, or front of the arm. Attaches at the front of the shoulder down to the front of the elbow. All right, so band in front of, underneath your front foot, hands slightly, or elbows slightly bent, going up to the front, and then back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. All right. So now we just worked the front of the arm. Now we're going to work the back of the arm. So we're going down to laying down, putting the band right behind your back, grabbing onto the base of the handles. We're going to start right at your face, and then from here, you're going to straighten your elbows out to the front, feeling this in the back of your arms, and then back down to your face, keeping your elbows tucked in so they're right in line with your shoulders. All right, so we're going to do 10 of these together. Straightening your elbows out to the front and then back down to your face. 1, 2, 3. You should feel this in the back of your arm. 4, 5. If the bands are digging into your arms at all, you can flip them around to the outside too. That's fine. I prefer the inside on this one. So keep on going. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax. And we're coming back up to standing. We're going to go into a row. So from here, let's take a second, catch your breath, let some of that fatigue clear. Especially at this point, it's very easy for things to go wrong and to compromise technique. So we want to give ourselves a second, catch your breath, make sure your technique is good. So that way we're not twisting the joints in ways they're not supposed to be. Nothing gets pinched, nothing gets hurt. It's no good if you work really hard and then have an injury, because that sets you back more than the hard work. So it's better to be a little bit cautious and be able to be consistent. Consistency is key in working out. So we're going to step right in the middle of the band. We're going to go into a row. It's our second to last exercise. So you're going to step right in the middle of the band. You're going to grab onto the band low enough where you have tension at the bottom, when tension all the way when you're fully extended out. I'm actually going to grab this a little bit higher on this one. A little bit too tight down there. So what you're going to do here, keeping your hands pointed inwards, so your thumbs are pointed towards the center, you're going to pull back towards your rib cage, feeling this along the back of your torso and the back of your shoulder blades. So the muscles run all the way across the back of your shoulder and then across your back and rib cage as well. It actually goes all the way down to your hips for one of the muscles. So we're going to do a standing row. So leaning to the front, grabbing where there's tension on the band, and then pulling up back to your rib cage. All right, so we're gonna do 10 of these together. 1. And I have to grab a little lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. One more exercise to go. We're almost done. Good job sticking with it. So now we're going to do a chest press. So your hands are going to be right in line with your elbows. I'll move this way a little bit more so you can see my elbow. So you don't want it up higher or below. You want it right over the top of the elbow. And from here, you're going to push up straight up to the front, feeling this in your chest and the back of your arm. Going for 10 of these together, pushing straight up towards the ceiling, keeping your hands and your elbows in a straight line. Pushing up, and that's 1. 2, pinching your shoulder blades together as you do it. 3, 4. That gives that foundation. 5, to the movement. It's that shoulder blade pinch. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, excellent. So that is our workout for today. Good job finishing all 3 sets. I'm going to do a little bit of stretching, so feel free to stretch with me, and then we'll call it a day. So first thing we're going to do is stretch the tricep in the back. So you're going to reach around, pat yourself on the back. Again, none of these should feel any sort of pain, so if there's pain, stop. You might need to back off a little bit from the stretch. You might have pushed it a little too far, but just a light feeling of tension is all you should be feeling. So we're going to reach around and grab the elbow. We're going to be stretching this arm back here and just gently pulling that elbow to feel a stretch in the shoulder or in the back of the arm. And we're going to hold this for 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. Now we're going to stretch the front of the shoulder and some of the pec. So what we're going to do is you're going to bring your hands behind you, clasp them, and then push them out to the back, feeling the stretch across the front of your shoulder and chest. So pushing them up to the back and hold for 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And relax. All right, now we're going to stretch the back of the shoulders. So you're going to clasp your hands out in front of you and push your hands out forward, feeling the stretch right there in the back of the shoulder. So clasping your hands, pushing out to the front, bring your head down, and feeling a stretch for 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And one more stretch. We're going to stretch the lats and the back of the shoulder. So what you're going to do is you're going to lace your fingers together, and then I'm going to adjust my shirt. Lace your fingers together and then push them up towards the ceiling, trying to keep your elbows out. Feeling the stretch in the underarm all the way down to your rib cage. And holding for 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And relax. All right, so if you like this workout and want to see more like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It really helps out the channel a lot. And I hope to see you guys next time. If you hit that subscribe button, it will let you know, and the bell, I think. It will let you know when we're going to go live again, and so you can be here for the next workout. So hope to see you guys next time, and have a good day.